Hey everybody, H&S Collectibles, Cody here. Just a real quick update. I wanted to put this out there as a thank you. I don't know if he'll see the video. I don't know if he subscribed to me or not. But I met a guy at the last convention who just has turned out to be one of the nicest fellow fans that I've run across yet. So his name's Scott, and he's a big-time Phantasm fan. And in my last couple videos, I showed this off. This is my vinyl soundtrack that I had autographed, and now I've got Coscarelli, I got Reggie, I got Bill Thornberry, I got Michael Baldwin, I got Cat Lester, and I got Angus Scrimm, the tall man from a while ago. So very, very proud of this. This is like one of the top 3 items in my collection now. You've got this, you've got my Dawn of the Dead autograph DVD set, which has David Imge, Galen Ross, Scott Reininger, Ken Foray, Tom Savini, and George Romero all on the cover. Actually, if you go back to my very first video, that's what my very first video was, and sometime I'll probably redo that video because it's just horrendous and the camera angles turn the wrong way. I'll get you a better look at that at some point. And number 3 has got to be, I've got a Godzilla, it's up on the wall, and I'll show it at some point, but I've got a Godzilla versus Smog Monster Japanese poster, 11x17 reprint, and it's signed by Ken Sasuma, that played the Smog Monster and later played Godzilla through the 80s and 90s. And it's also signed by Haru Nakajima, that played Godzilla from 1954 through I think 72 or 73. So the original Godzilla. But enough rambling about what my favorites are. The way that I ran into Scott was, if you remember, in my haul video I showed this little tall man coin, styled after a pop figure. It says 40th anniversary on the sphere. I don't know if I can get that into focus for you, but so Scott had 100 of these made that had a silver sphere. I think 40 made that had the gold sphere, that come out of the tall man's head in part 3. And then I think, if I remember right, he said that he had just 10 or 15 made with a black sphere that is Jody's sphere, and he gave those to the cast and crew. So these were for sale at some point. I never did see them for sale in the right place, or I guess I wasn't in the right place at the right time. But basically, my son won this one as a prize for answering a trivia question, and then that night I ran across Scott at the VIP party, and I spent quite a bit of time talking to him. Just a really nice dude, really into Phantasm. He was definitely sharing my excitement about it, or rather I was sharing his. I think he's a bigger fan than I am, maybe, but Phantasm is one of my favorites, always has been. And after the con, I reached out to him on Facebook just to say hi. I saw him tagged in a picture somewhere, and I just wanted to say hi and make sure maybe I could catch up with him at a future con. And he wanted my address so that he could send me something, he said, from one fan to another. And I got these in the mail Monday, and I will just get them out here for you. Actually, I hadn't even opened them yet, so they're really taped down. Okay, so isn't the magic of editing a good thing? You didn't have to wait on me. He sent me this Monday, or these rather. He sent me a tall man with the silver sphere, and he is numbered on his foot. I can get that in focus for you. Not the lighting's kind of bad in here today, I'm sorry everybody, but he is number 31 out of 100. And then he sent me a tall man holding the gold sphere, and he is numbered 31 out of 40. So these are truly, to me, collector's pieces. Short run, small run, 100 of these, 40 of these made, and now I have one. Just because, a complete stranger that I met at a convention, that had the same interest that I did, thought that I needed something like this in my collection, and I'm just kind of moved and touched by it. I was blown away when I got it. I didn't know what he was sending me. He had some other little coins that had Angus Scrim on them, and I thought maybe he's sending me one of those or something, but I really did not expect these. I have a 5x7 shadow box that I've set aside for these, and I'm gonna shadow box them, and I'm gonna put them up on the wall right beside my Phantasm autographs. So these are really cool. Thank you, Scott, for your generosity. Thank you for reaching out to a fan like that. I guess I reached out to you first, but just thanks for that favor. I really don't know what to say. Just kind of overwhelmed when I got it, and he didn't want me to pay him. He just kept saying from one fan, Phan, to another, and some of the people that I've met at the convention, some of the folks who volunteer, some of the regulars that I see walking around that I say hi to, people like Scott, and the celebrities. I talk to Eugene Clark when I see him. I talk to C.J. Graham when I see him. Now I talk to Kane Hodder when I see him. It really is a little family and community there. So Scott, these are going to have a very nice home. We still need to get a shadow box for my sons. He's asked me to keep it in here until we do. So thank you for this. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for being a fan, friend, friend of a fan. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. Just wanted to, throw out a quick video saying that. So if I see you at a con, next time we get to one at the same time, I'm definitely buying you a drink, or at least something to try to help start to pay you back for these. So these are too cool. So with that, thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Scott. And I'll talk to you all later. Thanks.